Welcome back to another study bean advice video, and today we're going to be doing physics. Initially I wasn't really much a fan of physics, but I grew to improve on it, so even if you feel like you don't really like physics that much, these tips will be sure to guarantee that you get the top grade. So my main resource when I revised for physics was Cognito. I did literally every single lesson possible, and I literally only did this about a month before the exam. I also used stuff like flashcards and notes throughout the year, as well as testing myself using those. But Cognito was literally the most useful resource I found on this, as well as some of the other resources I mentioned later. So basically, once you go onto Cognito, you can select physics, and you can do this with the other sciences, and then you basically just go through every single lesson. If you watch them on 2 times speed, which you will learn to watch stuff on 2 times speed, they're only 4 minutes each, and then you do quick questions afterwards, and that really helps you cement all the knowledge in your head, and also gives you more detailed information on equations and more complex physics stuff, because physics is very complex and sciencey. So hopefully it'll give you a more in-depth idea on that. As I stated, I also made flashcards and other notes, as this enabled me to test myself throughout the year, and also gave me a good basis of knowledge which Cognito could expand on, and also which made the Cognito videos more easy for me to understand. But I'm sure if you start Cognito videos earlier in the year, you'll still have that same breadth of knowledge. I also did topic questions from Physics and Maths Tutor, as I've shown you these before, but basically all you do is go on the Physics and Maths Tutor website, select physics, and then you can go through all their topic questions, which are all from old exam papers or really old exam papers, which are all going to really help you in testing your knowledge and as a form of active recall, and also cementing the knowledge in your head and seeing which areas you don't really know. So I really found doing questions is probably the best way to revise physics, as well as having a basis, general basis of knowledge, because physics, I feel like maths, is a bit less notey than the other sciences. So I feel like doing questions, even if you don't really know what to do or how they work, is really, really useful for your revision. I also did basically all the past papers available on Physics and Maths Tutor for physics, because again, as I said, past papers are really the best way to learn any subject, but especially physics and stuff. And they also teach you how to apply the formulas, because in physics you have to learn formulas, and they also teach you how these are going to be shown or narrated through into questions, so you get a good idea on that as well. To further add to a basis of your knowledge, if you really don't understand a topic, question, etc., I really recommend YouTube. So and also Save My Exams, which have more detailed notes, which can hopefully help you explain the concept better. But the best resources on YouTube are free science lessons, which accounts for basically any science, as he has 4 to 5 minute videos on basically any topic and hopefully explains them. He also does this on practicals as well, which are really useful for basically any science, because there'll always also be an extra 10 marks in the paper, which really help you up your grade. Then you also have Primrose Kitten, which I found for my exam board at least, did an hour overview of basically everything that's going to be in the entire exam, which are really helpful if you're last minute and need to give a good basis of knowledge. Then also you can watch people go through past papers, which I found out is helpful if you don't really understand how someone got to that question. So this can be more used for formula questions, but generally I think the mark schemes in physics are pretty easy to understand compared to maths, which I literally didn't understand at all. For formulas, the best way to learn them / remember them is make flashcards or Quizlets on them, because formulas, there's no way to get around it unless you had a COVID year and you're not doing formulas, which, if I'm not corrected, I think is the year incoming. So if you're in year 11 now, you probably don't have to learn formulas and they'll be given to you. But I'll check that. But the best way to learn it is going on Quizlet and just testing yourself and get you to use it over and over and over again, and also doing past papers, because you'll be able to see how formulas are used in questions and how to highlight a question and work out what formulas they need, etc., etc. Finally, for practicals, so I found out this morning when I was researching for this video, but at the bottom of Physics and Maths Tutor you can find practicals, and they have flashcards for how the practical runs. My school gave us practical sheets. I don't know if you can ask your teacher for them, or hopefully your school would give them to you, but at the same time Physics and Maths Tutor, not Physics and Maths Tutor, Free Science Lessons does video on each of the practicals, and if he doesn't have the practical that you want, just literally Google physics topic free core practical, and it should tell you someone who should have done a video on the core practicals. When you're doing the core practicals, you want to make sure you know the factors that got you your results, so the dependent and independent variable, as they'll often ask you on these, and as well as various other methods or how you can use this for different objects. Well, I hope these tips are really useful for you. These tips, so using like cognito, revision resources and doing lots of past papers, enabled me to up my physics grade by 3 grades. So hopefully this will enable you to help with your physics revision. You're going to do amazingly. If you've really run out of time, just do physics and maths tutor notes and do as many past papers as possible. Have a great day.